Firstly, welcome, Mr. Jack Kanyanga. Mr. Jack Kanyanga is a deacon at Lusaka Baptist Church, a Christian too, and as I said, managing director of SBZ. So, setting the stage, what would be your advice to unsuspecting young people and elderly people dealing with these cryptocurrencies which are not regulated? You can start with your ambassador.
Yes. First of all, the rule of the thumb says if it sounds unbelievable, perhaps it's not believable. If it sounds unreal, if it sounds too much to be true, if it sounds too great to be true, then probably it's not true. That really is the rule of thumb. In other words, and people from all over the world now are phoning. They phone you, and they tell you that you have just won a $500 thing. You have never entered into any lotto, and somebody rings you from a number that is you don't know, and they tell you you have won £500,000, and all it requires is for you to send £2, and you get that money.
Yes.
Why should anyone make you rich? Why should anyone tell you a story like that? So if it sounds untrue, probably it's not true. So the coins you have mentioned, crystal or crypto, whatever name they call it, I don't even want to know. For me personally, as an individual who has been in the capital market virtually all my life, I cannot encourage anyone to go that way. You want to earn wealth under the circumstances I spoke about earlier. Don't turn money into a god, but don't reach out to things that clearly are a lie.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's it.
Thanks a lot. Mr. Kanyanga. I'm sure you've seen this.
Yes, of course. Well, what I would advise as somebody that deals in the market on a daily basis is that it's best to invest in an instrument that has underlying value. Yes. By underlying value, I mean to say, for instance, if you look at what's equities, which are listed sell or do sell on any other exchange, you find that behind that number or behind whatever you are seeing there is a real company that value represents. Something that's verifiable, something that's ordinarily called a net asset value, something that's proven, so to speak, something that is real. But then with the virtual currencies, the value is so much in perception. Yes, perception. People from around the world who have this perception that this particular cryptocurrency is worth this particular amount because of what people feel. So it means that perception can be very volatile. It can go very high due to what I call technical factors, where there's too much demand, so the value goes up, or can actually crash to zero because there's no yes, when the demand falls, it can go down. So it doesn't have underlying value. Yeah, so that's the risk that is there in some of these virtual currencies.
Yeah.
You could make a lot of money. People have made money, but it's if you're to do that, if you've got money that you can put at very great risk, yes, fine, you could do that. But in terms of solid investment that is based on fundamentals, I don't think you should go there.
Right. Yeah, thanks. We have a question from someone in the audience, and they're asking, is it possible for Zambians to invest in international money markets like the New York Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, London?
Yeah, certainly. There's no restriction that for a Zambian you can only invest on the Osaka Stock Exchange. There are Zambians currently now who have got shares on the market in Johannesburg or New York or London. There's no restriction at all.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age when foreign exchange regulations are virtually soft, in the sense that you can send out money and you can receive money. There was a time when that was not possible. If you received £2, you took it to the Bank of Zambia for them to record that somebody gave you £2 in London. But now things have been eased up. Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah,
sure.
Let me add to that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. With this internet age, particularly for young people that have a lot of that are very curious. Yes, there are a lot of interesting things that can be done on the internet. You can get a fund manager out there and a broker. You can get a position. But in terms of the sort of old school kind of investing, it is best if you really want to have a long-term position.
Right.
It's best to invest in a fund, what are normally called mutual funds, where you have specialist managers that manage according to a particular investment philosophy. Yes. Buying a single stock, like for instance, Apple or Facebook, well, you can do that, but you need a lot of time to be following what is going on, because in a fraction of a second, the stock can just tank, because of some news that could be there in the market. Yeah. So if you are what's called an active investor, you can buy Apple, you can buy a very specific stock. But if you want to put your money aside and you want it to maybe grow steadily, so you could buy into what's called a mutual fund, which is governed according to a particular style. So that is perhaps if you don't have much time to on a daily basis follow your position. So there are many ways that can be done.
Right. Thanks. So, Mr. Kanyanga,